welcome to Paladino Live, where we are never one-dimensional. First of all, I'd like to apologize that there was no review this week because I've been sick. First of all, Vikings punter Chris Kluwe has the best job in the NFL, as I mentioned last week, as it showed, as the Vikings have given him a 6-year contract extension. Can't get better than that. Kelly Holcomb started this week in place of Tavares Jackson, only to be injured in the third quarter and was replaced by Brooks Bollinger. Holcomb unfortunately did have a neck injury when he went down pretty much head first into the turf, but it didn't look like anything ultra serious, like life-threatening or whatever. So I wish him the best and speedy recovery. The Philadelphia Eagles played much better this week than I expected. I actually thought the Vikings would win this week, being they're a home team against another 2-4 team. The Eagles, though, are a very talented team, and they showed it, despite their not-so-good record. I agree with the comments made this last week about Bobby Wade being a returner, that he's almost unwatchable. He's awful. Bobby Wade is terrible. I can hardly stand him, Now, at the start of the second half, the Vikings downed the ball at the 1-yard line. Adrian Peterson caught the ball and stepped out of bounds. All right, rookie mistake, things happen. But then Brad Childress throws the red challenge flag. The call was so obvious. I mean, Adrian Peterson's foot was standing right out of bounds. He caught the ball, steps out of bounds. I mean, what are you thinking? I mean, he calls for a review on the play. He already had thrown a challenge earlier in the game, so he had one already out of the way. And he throws a challenge before either team even plays a single series in the second half. Alright, now I understand Viking fans out there that think I'm a little too negative, but hear me out. This has been a tough season for us, and it's kind of hard to really be ultra positive when you see the same mistakes done over and over and over and over and over again every single week. But here's a positive for you. Brooks Bollinger actually looked pretty solid today. He completed 70% of his passes, so he actually surprised me. He threw me for a loop, with how much energy he played with. But hey, a guy that's probably playing for his NFL life at this point, I don't blame him. Back against the wall, and there's no tomorrow. We all love the sports cliches now, don't we? But really, here we go back to the negative again, and I'm so sorry, I really am. But every opportunity the Vikings had to make any type of progress was quickly thwarted. It was just the same old story once again, just like the Cowboy game and so many other games, Packer game especially. Virtually every team this year has given us ample opportunity to move forward, and we've pretty much thrown it down the toilet. That's just pretty much the story of this season to this point. Thank God we have Chris Kluwe signed for 6 more years, because without him, our defense would have to work even harder.